What you're about to hear is just one part of my deep dive on Zionism's legitimacy. 2. A brief history of the Jews in Israel. To understand Zionism, we first need to understand the connection between the Jews and this land. But before we dive in, it's important to note that Zionism is different from political Zionism. Political Zionism refers to, the political movement that sought to create a state of Israel in the late 19th century. But Zionism, in its deeper sense, is the connection between the Jews and their ancestral homeland. I often hear from so-called neutral journalists that Jews see this land as the promised land, pursuing a messianic vision. So this isn't entirely wrong, as religious Jews do believe in this messianic prophecy, but it really misses the core point of Zionism. See, political Zionism was a largely secular movement rooted in national identity and free of any religious belief. So, a natural question is, why did the Jews precisely want a state in the land of Israel if they didn't have any religious claim at all? Well, this is because Israel is the birthplace of the Jewish nation, as I will present now. So, once again, what I'm going to say isn't grounded in religious belief. It is grounded on historical document and archaeological findings. I encourage you to check out anything that I say here. The ancient Jewish presence in Israel has more than 3 millennia. The first external reference to Israel appears on the Merneptah Stele, an Egyptian inscription from around 1208 BCE, clearly mentioning a people called Israel that were already settled in the region. A few hundred years later, in the 10th century BCE, tradition holds that the 12 tribes of Israel united under a single kingdom, ruled by Saul, David, and Solomon. The grandeur of this kingdom is debated among scholars, but its existence is quite likely. The kingdom was then split into 2 successor kingdoms, Israel in the north and Judah in the south. These 2 kingdoms are well attested both by the Bible and by external sources like Assyrian and Babylonian records. You will actually notice that the word Jew precisely comes from Judah or Judea, which is the region. The kingdom of Israel in the north was destroyed in 722 BCE, leading to the partial exile of its population. The kingdom of Judah survived longer until it fell in 586 BCE to the Babylonians, which destroyed the first temple and conquered Jerusalem. Many Judeans exiled to Babylon, marking the beginning of the Judean exile. After the Persian conquest, Jews were allowed to return back to Israel, and they rebuilt the temple, marking the start of what's known as the Second Temple period, which lasted until the Romans destroyed it in 70 CE. In 132 CE occurred the Bar Kokhba revolt, a major Jewish revolt caused by Roman repression of Jewish practices, including the ban of circumcision and the renaming of Jerusalem as Aelina Capitolina, a Roman city. The repression was crushed by the Roman Emperor Hadrian. He then renamed the region Judea to Syria-Palaestina and banned Jews from entering Jerusalem. This was the beginning of the Second Exile. Jews went all over Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. So you can see that the Jews are really indigenous to this land. It is not a biblical belief. They had kingdoms there for centuries with its culture, temples, courts, etc. So let's now see what happens for nearly 2000 years of exile. How did the Jews evolve? Did they assimilate? Did they keep their language, culture? Did they plan to go back to Israel? Did they separate into different peoples, different religions? This is what we'll explore next. Want to see the full argument? Check out the complete video. Links in the description.